how to use troll comments on your YouTube videos to grow your YouTube channel. It's coming right up. We're going to be trolling the trolls. Stay tuned. Negative comments is part of the game of YouTube. I think a lot of us really just kind of get that. We know that that's part of the environment, unfortunately. I remember the first time I got a troll comment, a negative sort of attacking comment over on my Vacation Impossible channel. And I was looking at it and I realized I should be offended. I should be upset. But all I could think was, looks like we made it. Because I think we all understand that troll comments is a part of the game, it's part of the environment. It's unfortunate, but it's the way of the world. And when you have an audience, some people are going to love you and some people are not going to like you very much, and that's natural. And so I think your first troll comment is almost kind of like, a lot of people realize it's like a milestone moment in the growth of your channel. You're oddly proud of it, which is kind of weird, but that's where we find ourselves. We understand that that's just part of the game. And so why is it part of the game? What can we do with that, and how can we use it? I mean, if we're gonna have to put up with these comments, let's take some advantage out of it, right? So comments actually help you in the YouTube algorithm. When YouTube sees that somebody has interacted with a video in some way, either by clicking like, which is a help, by clicking dislike, which is actually still a bit of a help, not as much as a like, but it still helps because it evoked a response in the audience such that they took action. And so they're really engaged with the content. So that is a good thing. And so that's likes and dislikes, comments even more so, because it takes longer than just clicking a thing. They got to go in and type out a response of some kind. So comments are good and they help your videos, and they give you what I call a micro boost in the algorithm, because the algorithm sees this video is getting a reaction out of people. Let's show it to more people because it engages them with the platform and with the content. And that's a big goal of YouTube's. So to be good partners with YouTube, we're going to want to try and elicit more comments. Now, before I get into how we can use these comments, I want to very quickly identify two kinds of comments that you simply should not put up with. The first is if someone is trying to dox you. This is if they are trying to reveal personal, private information about you, your family, your friends, whatever it is, in an effort to cause you to lose your job or be shamed publicly or whatever it might be. If they are trying to violate your privacy in this particular way, you need to delete those comments every time and probably consider blocking that channel from commenting on any of your videos. So that you want to take seriously. And the second kind is sort of credible threats. If there are threats in the comments that have you concerned for your personal safety, then you're probably going to want to get screenshots of those and report them appropriately either to YouTube or your local authorities, and then once having done that, probably remove them. So those are very serious, and that's not what I'm talking about today. Today I'm talking about the more innocuous, innocent kind of trolling behaviors. So these are people who just say, "You suck," or, you know, a stupid beard, or I'm not listening to you, baldy, or whatever it is that they might think to insult you about. So whatever it is, then you're going to want to consider responding. And you do have the ability to delete comments, as I mentioned, and you have the choice to elect to have comments remain on the channel or the video or not. I would say as much as possible, as much as you can tolerate, try and keep the comments on the video because, like I said, it helps you in the algorithm. But it's also good to respond to comments because that engages more interactions. And so if somebody comments and you reply, they come back to see the reply, maybe another view, maybe a little bit more watch time, and then they might reply to your reply, driving further interactions, which further gives you the micro boosts in the algorithm and will help your video be seen by more people. So it's important to keep several things in mind when replying to comments. For one thing, I think it's really important to engage in a video during its first hour, first day, first week after being released. So when you upload or make public a video, I recommend being around for about an hour to reply to comments and to do your targeted social sharing. That first hour is very important in the algorithm. If you can get a little micro boost early in that experience, it can have a more profound impact over time. So I do recommend that. And I also think that we should keep in mind who's watching. You might be replying to a troll comment, but your fans might be seeing those comments as well. So keep in mind the audience, and that more people are seeing it than just the person who's aggressively attacking you or being unfair or misrepresenting what you said or did. So it's something to keep in mind that lots of eyes could be watching, and it's an opportunity to make a both negative or positive impression on all of those eyes, right? So when replying to comments, and I do recommend a reply to every comment if you can manage it, you should keep in mind also that trolls, they have to have the last word. They love to have the last word. They can't let you be the last word, the final authority on your content. Heck no. They have a superior opinion, and they're smarter than you, and they know better, and they've got a better fashion sense, and are more attractive, and are more famous, or whatever it is. And so they can't abide by you getting the last word, and here is a lovely opportunity. Because if they always have to have the last word, then they're going to reply to all of your replies. And every time that happens, they're going to potentially come back and you'll get another view and a little bit more watch time, and they will reply. And so it's going to drive more and more algorithmic advantage in those micro boosts of comments and interactions. And so what we can actually do is, while these trolls can be depressing and negative and, you know, just, oh, I want to walk away from the platform, I understand that, but you can use them. The people that hate you, you can use to become more successful. I always envision it like I'm grinding them up and using them as energy to go forward. So when somebody replies to the comment and then you reply, but remember, other people are watching. So don't attack them back. Don't insult them. Don't use profanity or negative language. What you're going to want to do is actually try to use your keywords. The words that appear in your title, your description, and your tags. If you can also work them into your replies in the comments, this serves a couple of functions. One, it provides more data for the algorithm to have increased confidence that that's what your video is about. So that might actually help you rank a little higher in search. Something to think about. Also, it forces you to keep things somewhat on topic. If I'm having a video about an amusement park and maybe they had a policy that wasn't great, my particular video that's gotten more hate than anything else is my Six Flags video where we got kicked off some rides for filming. Even though there was no, easy way to find out you weren't allowed to do that. We had checked their website, we checked the tickets, there was no information, there was no signage. This was years ago, and so since then, now there are things there. But anyways, a lot of people were like, oh, you guys were jerks, why don't you follow the rules? And so then I would go in and I would explain, we checked the website, we read the back of the ticket, we checked for signage, and there seems to be no rules around filming. And we, followed everything that they told us to do when they gave us instructions. And so some people will come back as like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, that could be more clear. And that video is several years old now, and I still to this day get hate comments where they're like, it's clearly on the website, you moron. It's like, yeah, it's on the website now. It wasn't on the website when this happened years ago. And so I can do that in a way that's somewhat respectful, not antagonistic. Ideally, what you would love to do is turn the troll into a fan. So maybe you can try to respect their position, provide additional context or information, do it in a friendly, understanding, flexible way, and you might turn them around. Now, that's not going to be possible in all cases. There's going to be people that are just trolling to troll. They're going to hate you for no reason. They're going to be totally illogical about it. And, that's just part of the game, again. And so how you respond, though, can help you in the algorithm, and other people will see. So if people are coming at you and they're being totally unreasonable, and you're responding in a calm, polite, respectful, maybe funny way, your audience might see that, and they might further respect you for having the patience and taking the time to respond to these people, and the manner in which you respond could garner you some goodwill in the community. So that is a lot of different things to keep in mind when referring to comments. And so one thing also to keep in mind when managing comments is managing your own mental health. You don't want to be responding to these comments, particularly these negative ones, when you're not in a great headspace. So other than in the first video, like hour, first day, first week after your video comes out, if somebody's responding to a very old video that's older than a week, maybe take your time before responding. Take your time to think about what kind of a response would hit all of these things of, being polite and respectful, maybe funny, maybe working in some of your keywords, things like that. And so take your time. Don't feel the rush to respond if that video is more than a week old, because in the algorithm, the first hour, the first day, the first week is super, super critical. But after that, it's a little less time sensitive. And so if you are having a video that you're getting a lot of hate on for whatever reason, and you get that notification that you've got a comment, you might want to take a moment before, deciding. Like, when I get a comment on my Six Flags video, I know that it's 50-50 a hate comment. And so if I'm not in a great mental space at the time, if I don't have the time, if I'm tired, if I'm hungry, whatever it might be, if I'm hangry, that's not when I would look at it. And so I manage my own exposure to the negativity that way. But I don't need to go in and delete the comment because it might help me. And I think there is something poetic and beautiful and just delicious about using your haters as a way of growing your channel. It's kind of like, dance puppets on my marionette string. It's like, yeah, sure, come at me, bro, because this actually helps me. And of course, positive comments that use keywords would be ideal. But that is just some things to keep in mind when responding to these hate comments. It's important to remember that these people, they don't know you as a whole person. All they have to see is how much of the video they happened to watch. And in the experience of my Six Flags video, they often didn't watch the whole thing, and they often didn't watch it very carefully. So that is something to keep in mind, that it's not like the world hates you. It's not like this is an informed opinion about you. This is an uninformed opinion about you. And so how personally you take it, try to distance yourself as much as you can from it. If it becomes too much, maybe take a break. If you've got someone else that co-manages the channel with you, maybe they can take care of responding. You might want to take more extreme actions like closing off comments or just deleting them. But remember, it's kind of a missed opportunity then, because you could have been using those comments to drive views, watch time, engagement, and therefore, with keywords, improving your ranking in search. So trolls, they're annoying, absolutely. But they can also be like the vitamin that doesn't taste very good. It's like the health food, because if you can take it in and use it the right way, it can turn into fuel to grow your channel. So one thing that you might want to do is, keeping in mind that algorithmic thing, is ask a question. The thing that often is a good strategy is having a question of the day, a question that you include in every video that encourages people to comment, so that hopefully you can get some positive comments too to offset the trolls, but also so you can get that algorithmic push. And so my question to you is, question of the day for this video, let me know in the comments, how do you respond to negative comments? Do you delete them? Do you just give them a thumbs down and walk away? Do you respond to them? How do you respond? What do you say? Do you have any phrases that you go to? Because sometimes I can't always be creative in my comments. If it's the third "you suck" in a row, it's like I'm running out of ideas. So one of the kind of cheeky things that I do sometimes is I'll say, "Oh, it's always great to hear from a fan." Thank you. Always being, polite and stuff like that. And then sometimes they'll come back and they're like, "I'm not a fan. Can't you read?" And it's like, well, you watched my video and you commented, so thank you so much for that. And then you can turn it into something positive. And remember, you never know who's watching. Other people might be checking that out. So just some things to keep in mind when dealing with those comments. I know they're depressing sometimes and it's negative, but we can really turn this into a positive if we keep the right mindset and we remember how things work on the platform, so we can use it to our advantage and make the trolls work for you. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got tons of videos that will help you succeed on YouTube. We'll show you tools like TubeBuddy, that is the best tool for growing your channel. I'll have a link to it in the description. You go check that out. We got tutorials on how to use that. We've got a trilogy of videos on search engine optimization. I can't recommend enough. It could change the life of your channel. So make sure you're subscribed, turn notifications on and set them to all, because we often go live and do free 30-minute channel reviews. But we do it based on who talks first in chat, so you gotta join us early in those live streams. We always have more requests than we've got time, so if you want a free 30-minute channel review, make sure you got your notifications set to all, and we'll see you hopefully in the next live stream. Thanks for watching.